ground beef, onions. We got a bag of mixed vegetables. I seasoned it with salt, pepper, garlic, thyme, Worcestershire sauce. And I did a light tomato paste with light tomato sauce with tomato paste, a little flour, and beef broth. Simple as that. Everything touch the heat. Minced garlic, little Himalayan salt. I try not to use iodized salt, as y'all know. Black pepper. I'm gonna add more as I go. It's just, you know. So far we got salt, pepper, a little bit of seasoning salt. That's about it, and garlic. Fresh minced garlic. We got some chopped onions going along with the ground beef. Got a stick of butter. Get that in there. I tend to do butter first because you kind of want to coat the starch first. We got our butter melting in here. I got it under like a somewhat of a low heat. We're going to mash these in a second, but you really want to coat it with the butter a little bit. Mind you, anything that you add to this should be at room temperature. You feel me? Everything you add to this should be at room temperature. We got some damn, I forgot what it is called. Cream. We got some cream cheese in here. We got butter in here. We're gonna add some salt. I don't use iodine. Like I told y'all, it's pink Himalayan salt. Garlic grinder. I add the cream cheese because it just makes your potatoes a little bit creamier. It's a trick I learned from a chef that I used to work for, and he did it, and it tasted like it's something different, you know. We got some half and half here. I got about a cup. I'm not going to use the full cup. You really got to see as you go. I'm going to start this mashing process. And mind you, you do not have to use like real potatoes, none. I really started to just get a box of regular mashed potatoes and be done with it. I don't listen, I'm kind of hard-headed. And I add a little bit of shredded cheddar, just to make it a little bit more flavorful. A little bit more garlic. Mind you, I used a whole bag of potatoes. I peeled them first and I cut them in fours. Boil them for about 20 minutes. You want to make sure they kind of like resistant to the knife. You know what I mean? Once the knife can go through it pretty good, you're all right. I've seen people who like their potatoes a little bit soupier. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you want it. I like mine's a little bit firm. And I got my oven preheated to 400 degrees, y'all. Worcestershire sauce or Worcestershire sauce. You add this. I add mine prior and after I drain the fat off. I just like for my meat to be a little bit more flavorful. Pause. Like I re-season and everything as I go. Feel me? And once we get this drained, then this is when we're gonna start adding our like real ingredients to this ground beef. Temperature down on this, and we're gonna go ahead and drain this. Some mixed vegetables going in here. beef broth. That's where you season this again. Once you get this hot, it's when you start building your roux, because you kind of want somewhat of a tomato base like cream on your ground beef. This is where your tomato paste come in at. Maybe a half. Maybe like a half a can. Because you want that to touch the heat. Once that start to break down a little bit, that's when you add your ground beef to it and your flour. Matter of fact, I'm gonna add the flour now. The flour's a thickening agent, you feel me? Mind y'all, still got my potatoes on like a low heat. Want to keep somewhat of a temperature under those. Back in with your ground beef. See how thick that is? Now here's what you do. Worcestershire sauce one more time. Worcestershire sauce. And your beef broth. And you reseason.
Yeah, all of them smell different, you know, fragrances.
And I add thyme in mine, some ground thyme. I'm a dumb cook, by the way. I don't measure. I measure with my heart. I can't measure. I have no problem following the recipe. I can read. But it's how I do things when I'm cooking at home. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my paste to this. Because I kind of want it real flavorful. And besides, I have no use for the rest of that paste. What's up, Brina?
Edie.
What's up, Edie? A little more flour. This is ready to go, and you're gonna line the bottom of your pan. Protein first. Should I say meat first? Right. And you don't want to go too high with this because as this cooks, all the fluids are gonna build up. You don't want too much, should I say, overflow. Too much wop. You ain't want no.
Wow.
I had to do it. Alright, so I'm gonna do 2 kinds of cheese. Monterey Jack and cheddar. A light layer, not too much. Like I told y'all, I season as I go. Some fresh ground garlic. A little bit of thyme, ground thyme. A little more Worcestershire, or Worcestershire, whatever you want to call it. Prevent yourself from having a problem a little later on, because like I told y'all, the greases will rise. Put this on a sheet pan. Feel me?
Really overstressed.
This. Do it however you want to do it. These are fresh mashed potatoes. For those of y'all who just chiming in, that's cheddar. And I'm using a little bit of Monterey Jack because I like how pretty it look when it gets burnt a little. Potatoes stiff. Feel me? Stiff. Yeah, I said stiff.
You say it's stiff.
Perfect square.
Liar.
Perfect.
It would have looked a lot better if I had time to let it sit. But it is what it is, y'all.